crack news, and we need to get into this because now, after Marriott came in all defensive, claiming that Michael Irvin said some lewd things, they were 10 toes down. Then the judge forced them to release the video. After they're saying, why won't you release the video? The lawyer saw the video last week and was like, oh my God, they literally have nothing. Michael Irvin did nothing wrong. The whole world knew what time it was. Michael Irvin, believe me, he wouldn't have went through this extreme if he'd have did something wrong. This was part of a bigger conspiracy. It was race bit. Race was a key issue here. And you're going to see a real determined culprit in the situation who need to be brought up in this trial. Michael Irvin is just being tested. He's going to serve a greater good of getting rid of some people who probably shouldn't be in power anyway.
Some important times you're going to see on the video. If you go to the first slide on PowerPoint. There you go. Michael and the complaining employee began talking on February 5th, 2023. The conversation you see last a minute and 49 seconds. The whole video you're going to see last 5 minutes. The complaining employee makes a handwritten statement in the late afternoon on 2/6/23. We think that's relevant because there's a big gap between the events you're going to see and when she actually first files something that says she was offended, in which she lists the time as the incident as 12:15 a.m. on 2/5/23. By the way, that's impossible. That's not when this happened. You can tell from the videos. Michael got escorted out of the hotel the next night at about 10 p.m., as you can see. Let's go to things to watch for in this video. First thing, right out of the gate, it's not even on the slide, is you're going to see Michael, as I described before, in the back talking to these eyewitnesses that many folks have interviewed. He's more grabby and touchy-feely and in close proximity to them than he ever will be with the complaining witness. When you see the complaining employee come out for the first time in the video, where she's going makes no sense if she's not trying to intercept Mr. Irvin. She clearly has no reason to be walking where she's walking as part of her job duties. It's pretty clear she's making a line of sight over to Michael to talk to Michael. In the back, there were two employees that were together. There's going to be a man in a vest you're going to see throughout the video. This man, I think, is very, very important to this case.
Yeah, I do too.
In the back talking to the complaining witness before she comes out. And he comes around and posts up and watches her come up to talk to Michael. When he sees her with Michael, he does a weird move. He does this. He's going to bend over and clap his hands 3 times. You can draw your own conclusion. I think it shows he was either happy or he was upset that she was talking to Michael. He lingers at the bar.
He was pissed.
Leering at the complaining employee throughout most of her conversation with Michael. You'll see him, he's very angry. When you first watch the video, I know you'll miss this guy. That's why I'm going to give you a few opportunities. He talks to a man in a gray shirt who appears to be security personnel. You'll see a gray shirted man circling the whole time. He's clearly security for the hotel. When the conversation ends, the complaining employee, he looks very happy. She does a little kick at the end, a little kind of a sachet, you'll see. It's kind of an odd gesture. And she continues talking to Michael, like back over her shoulder, like happily as she's leaving. And she seems to be in a very good mood until this man in the vest, you'll see, comes up to her and grabs her. And he's very aggressive and he just starts ripping her. He makes her walk out with him and you can see him over his shoulder. He's obviously agitated and being very visibly upset with her. The security guard that lingers in a gray shirt lingers in the conversation, and one of the other Renaissance employees with him then goes and takes a selfie with Michael. Now remember, these are all Renaissance employees that are right on the scene, that see and can hear what's happening, and they just act like nothing's happened. And then watch the witness's body language as she leaves. The last thing, what we don't see. I only have one angle of this interaction with Michael and the complaining employee. It's going to be clear there's going to be many others, and I'm hoping at some point I get those from Marriott, and of course I'll share them with you. We don't have still the tape on what the complaining employee or Michael were doing before this tape starts. Clearly Michael had already been in the hotel and met with people and walked outside. We don't have that. So with that, I'll give you quickly the status of the case. Many of you, I won't say incorrectly reported, but said, we dismissed the federal court case. That is true. We did what's called a Rule 41 procedure. The case was refiled immediately and has already been refiled in Arizona in state court. Why did I do that? Well, you've seen all the pleadings that were filed here. We didn't know who all was involved when I started this case. So we brought the case in Collin County where Michael lives. They obviously removed the federal court. They wanted to move it to Arizona. Now that we know who's involved, we've sued 4 individuals that are listed by name in the complaint. We've listed the company that operates this hotel out in Arizona. And of course, we have added Marriott International again. Okay, with that, I think we're ready to go to the tape.
But before we go to the
Okay.
let me say this. I get a couple of texts all day from the guys that I work with, and I do miss working and everything. But this is more than just work. I'm in between big businesses here, businesses that make billions of dollars with and for each other. But when you get called in a room and you're sick, somebody tells you, hey, pack your bags, you relieve your duty, go home. And I said, why? What happened? Well, you sexually assaulted somebody. So who when? What? If I was in my room, well, don't worry about it. Go home. We'll talk about it. I said, if you're telling me I'm doing something and I do not know what I'm doing, you can't tell me to just go home. I played this game hard. I played the game physical. And you guys know, we all worry about it. We see what happens with our brothers, and we now know about CTE. I'm saying, how can you say I'm doing something and I don't know it, and you tell me to go home? I couldn't go home. Steve, they put me in a hotel, other than a Marriott, and they watched me. I'm in the staff for 3 days. 3 days to make sure that I wasn't doing anything crazy. Make sure that I was okay. But you guys know how hard we fought to get this tape. While I was sitting there and them looking at me, we kept asking for the tape. Let us see what we're doing. Let us see if we're doing something. You saw how hard we fought legally. I'm just thankful. I'm just so thankful for those witnesses. I'm so thankful for this video. Because without it, I just don't know where this would have gone. This is a sexual assault. This is what they're calling a sexual assault. It just, you can run it.
Okay, as we start here, y'all can see up to the top right, Michael was outside with the gentlemen that were here last time via Zoom. I've called them the TMZ witnesses because they were the first to interview them, but it's 3 gentlemen. If you notice his body movements and what's going on, he's obviously going to be very friendly. There's some other people actually that I don't know their identity. Take a picture. That guy right there on the left, stop. And go back 10 seconds. Can you do that?
There he is. That guy right there.
When I talked about the people that were in the back,
That's the culprit.
I believe the complaining witness, I believe it's this gentleman.
He's the start of all this.
And then you'll see the witness who's been back come out this side, okay? She's gonna walk way around here to this pole instead of back where her job would be back that way. Okay, go ahead and roll. There he goes. She'll come this way pretty soon across the bottom. Also, when she walks up, you'll see she kind of looks around the pole to see if Michael is still coming. You see her just barely duck her head. Here she comes. Okay. Right there. You see how she stuck her head to the right? I'm going to pause it. Now, she's way ahead of Michael. If she was to continue at her same speed for her job, she should be way over the bar in a second, but she clearly slows down so that they're going to intersect at that kind of juncture where you have to walk in the bar. So go ahead. This is the shake I talked to you about in the beginning, the opening shake. Pause it. This guy over here with his hands on his hips is the angry manager, okay? If you go back a few seconds, I want him to see what he does with the hand clap when he sees her with Michael. He's going to put behind the bar. You'll see him walk out. So focus on him this time instead of on her. Going back a little far.
It is not as regular as it should be.
Okay. Well, we got it coming now because here she comes. He sees her back there where he's vectored, and he comes up, the manager, and you'll see him when he sees her. Watch his expression when he does. See the claps? I don't know what that is. Then he comes up here, and you can see he's visibly frustrated at what's going on somehow with her. Now let's take your focus back to Michael and her, because you can see they have friendly interaction. The body language is good.
Look, that guy's pissed, the manager.
And they're just talking.
Look, manager pissed off.
Did you see he keeps more space for him than he does when he's talking to any male at any point in the bar?
Michael Irvin's doing absolutely nothing. Look at the manager.
I probably wish he'd keep more space when he talked to you.
Look how he's swinging arms, the manager. He mad as hell.
Guy's pacing, hitting his hands. He's upset over there on the left with whatever's happening. The guy in the gray up top, that's the security guard that's wandering around. He'll circle around many times around Michael and her.
Boy, he can't wait to cuss out. Yeah, he mad. Mad at her.
Pause it 1 second. Now, we've been going for a while. They're having a lot of conversation. As Marriott released in their statement, they said basically, he said one word to her, an offensive, vulgar thing that he did not say, and it's clear from the video and from these witnesses. But they have a very lengthy conversation, and no one's trying to tell us what that is. Go ahead. That's where she tells some kind of joke, I believe, to him. You see him kind of bend over. She's shaking her head back and forth like that. He walked in closer to her. She didn't back up at all. Now they're shaking hands. Now, I want you to watch the end interaction here. Because she's going to kind of, when the people come up, she'll kick her leg. As she walks off, she's still talking to Michael over the shoulder. All friendly. There you go. Kicks her leg. And see right here, she's going to look back over her shoulder and say something to Michael. Now pause it. Pause it. Okay. They claim he was leering at her. When he looks back at the bar, she's way gone. Because you're about to watch, she's going to go over here, and that guy is going to go he's going to get very visibly upset with her. And basically, there's somebody who's, I don't want to use the word abusive, but there's somebody who's really being forward to her. It's this gentleman here. It wasn't Michael. So watch what happens. Okay, go ahead and roll the tape. You see him grab her, and she follows
He's
her
like,
off.
come with me.
Now Michael's looking over there for the first time. He's not watching her. He's talking to these guys. You'll see in a second they turn around and they start talking to him. The guy in the white hat. Okay, go ahead. See? Now Michael walks out to go take a selfie with this, we believe, Renaissance employee, 99% sure. And the security guy stays right there with him, who's been around for the whole conversation around him. Shows Mike where the elevator is. Okay, you can stop. There's nothing else relevant on this tape. It just shows the lobby for another.
Yeah. Now let's take a look at this.
He walked in closer to her. She didn't back up.
Now, let's look at this. Angry manager man. Look, he tells her, come on, let's go. Well, she goes back, and now all of a sudden, she's claiming a black man sexually assaulted her as this manager's reaming her out about why was she over there not doing her job. So they go in the back and cook up a scheme on how she was sexually harassed. Michael Irvin is completely innocent of all charges, and I knew it already. I mean, we knew it without seeing the tape that Michael Irvin was innocent. Trust me, this ain't a Mike. If Michael Irvin getting charged with this, the chick gonna be in the room naked. That's how Michael Irvin been like, this is a crime? You know, like that's how you get, I mean, that's when Michael Irvin's guilty. This guy, this manager, probably was racist, and he was the one he's hitting on her, or she was hitting on him. She stopped him, remember? He didn't say, hey, baby, come here. No, she stopped him. And whatever they talked about, as you watch the tape, it was consensual, that they were cool. She was not hot. She was not bothered. She didn't like get offended and walk off in a huff. She shook his hand. She kicked her feet out. Other people came up. She didn't just dip out of there right away like he said something very offensive. The witness is right there, and he said he saw the whole thing. The guy in the white hat. So what story are you pulling this from? Does it look like Michael Irvin was trying to get the girl to go to the room? No, they shook hands. When you shake somebody's hand like that, that's like, okay, cool, you go your way. That's not something you do with somebody who's hitting on you and you ain't going for it. Okay, AT guy. Let me show you something, AT man. So you mean to tell me, AT guy, I want the AT guy to see something here. Because you have to pay attention to what's really going on. All right, let's go back to before he gets there. We're going to go to the culprit of the entire video, which has nothing to do with Michael and the girl. Watch the rest of the story. That is the manager, okay? The manager of the bar where she's supposed to work. There he is. That's the manager of the bar, okay? He's going around the bar. That's his job. Now, the girl has not even showed up yet. See, that's the manager. That's the main culprit of the story, Mr. AT guy. So he's going to walk up and walk straight out. See, they want you to focus on Michael and just the girl. But this gives context to what's going on. See, there he goes. Now he walks up to the bar, the manager. Now, Michael Irvin is walking in the door. Then the girl sees that Michael Irvin is coming in. Well, she could easily walk to the bar just by going in this direction here. See this? The woman. She could go, her job is to go to the bar. She can do this. Do, 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 and she's at the bar. She doesn't go in here to the bar. Watch what she does. As she can see, Michael Irvin has made his way in. She wants to run into Michael Irvin. Look how she dips to look around to see if Michael Irvin is coming in and making his way to the bar. Now, if her job is to go to the bar, why the hell she ain't going to the bar? The bar right there. Why I'm going to go dance around a pole to go to the bar? Does that make sense to you, Mr. AT man? She got no business to go this way. Nothing. This has nothing to do with her job. Why is she going that way, Mr. AT man? When her job is right here. This isn't glass. You can walk right through here. Her job is over here. So why isn't she walking that way? Why is she walking this way? You see? See, you don't know how to watch video. You don't know how to observe anything. You're going with theory. Yeah, you want to go to a witness that's lying and all that. No. Let's stay right here. Let's stay right here in reality. Let's stay right with facts, right? So we do know it's a fact that that's the manager who walked over there to the bar. That's fact. He said, I agree with you on that. Okay. You agree that this woman should have just walked here and she'd have been at the bar, but she deliberately walks this way. So we both knows this is a fact now. So now, since she looks around the pole, she's going towards where Michael Irvin is. And now she's trying to go over there. And she says something to Michael Irvin as she's walking by and walking around the pole. Michael Irvin sees her right there. He sees her and she says something to him as she walks around the pole. You see, these two men witnessed that she said something to Michael. And then Michael came over and started speaking with her. Like, oh, okay, hey. So she is coming up to talk to Michael. Now, if Michael is saying something that's offensive, why in the world is that the case? Okay. Let's go back to when she walks up. There it is. Now she steps back. They shake hands. And now they're having a conversation. So she backs up. As Mike gets there, he stands up. Now they're on the camera. Fully. So they sitting there having a conversation. Everything's friendly. Her head goes back. Do you know body language? Do this sounds like he's sexually harassing this woman? To you? By her body language? That he's saying something offensive? She's still there. So we do know for a fact she purposely went over there. The manager don't know what's going on. He just knows she's not there. Still there. Now the manager doesn't know it. The manager's wondering why he's taking orders. So the manager's pissed because she's supposed to be there. Now, the manager don't see where she is. He's looking for her right now. See, the manager's looking for her right now. He's got his hands on his hip. He's taking care of customers. He wants to know where the hell she's at. So the manager don't see her yet. So his hands is on his hip. He's pissed. Meanwhile, this is still going on. She initiated the conversation purposely, and she's over there talking with Michael Irvin. She cracks a joke. Michael laughs. He grabs her arm. He bends over laughing at the joke. So now her hands are behind her back. And Michael Irvin and her are still in conversation. So where is this a bad thing? The manager's still sitting there and don't know where she is. So now the manager's walking around. He's looking for her. He's pissed. Michael Irvin and her are still talking. The manager's looking around the bar for her. He doesn't know where she's at. Now these people come up. She's kicking her leg. They shook hands again. Watch this. People come up. She kicks her leg. Does it look like she's uncomfortable? She's kicking her leg. She lost the lawsuit right here. Why she kick her leg? Whee! Oh, she's having a good old time. She's talking with these people. And then she's like, well, I'm going to go back to work. My boss is probably looking for me. So he says something to her. And this is when the manager sees her now, because she just walks over there. So the manager's like, he's been waiting this whole time. So Michael Irvin says like goodbye to her, and the Marriott's tried to say he said something sexual right there to her. And that's what got her heated. So now manager man is coming over. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's manager time. He's hot. He's like, let's me and you go right now. We finna go talk. Michael Irvin, your 100 million is in the mail. Look, he finna take her to the back and cuss her out, and then she's gonna complain to save her job. You better. What are you doing with that no good Negro? Well, he sexually harassed me. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I can't believe AT is sitting here trying to make an excuse for this man. Now, let's go to the scene we didn't go through. When she first was showing up, the manager was coming to talk to her anyway. And then she said something to Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin and her start talking. He claps his hands like, hey, like, look at me. He claps his hands, and she's not looking at him. Oh, he's pissed now. Now he's super pissed. His hands is on his hips. He is pissed. She's sitting there engaged in a conversation with Michael Irvin and just ignored him. You just ignored this white man for this black man. How dare you? I'm your boss. Look at him. He's mad. This is the story, ladies and gentlemen. They want you to focus on Michael Irvin and the girl. Focus on that goddamn racist ass manager. That's what you need to be focused on. Because he concocted this whole goddamn story. And now he done screwed the hotel and everybody. Here he come, right around that corner. Clap, clap. Oh, you just gonna ignore me and still talk to Michael Irvin. Look at his hands on the damn hip. This is why Marriott didn't want to release the damn tape. You should have known. They would have had this tape out. If Michael Irvin did anything wrong, this tape would have been out in 4K from every angle. They knew damn well he didn't do nothing. Look at that manager. He mad as a motherfucker. Boy, look at him. This bullshit. Look at him swinging his arms. You swing your arms when you're mad and impatient. You can't wait to cuss somebody the hell out. Look at the manager, boy. He is mad as a bear at this woman. Now, you tell me this ain't the reason why? This ain't the reason that went down. Look how mad he is. He the story. This ain't the story at all. That's why they did it. Then they concocted up a lie that they've done against black people forever. Oh, he tried to sexually harass her. Like Michael Irvin said, and it's clear, where would he have been if they did not have video? Could you imagine if it was Michael Irvin's word versus her word? We know how that'll go. We all know how that's going. Yes, he has done things in his past. A lot of illegal things in his past. Absolutely. That's how I know when Michael Irvin's telling a truth. And you know that Michael Irvin did all these things because Michael Irvin did what? Fessed up to those things. Has he? Michael Irvin ain't never lied and said he didn't do something that he didn't do. Right, Mr. AT guy? If Michael Irvin did something that he told you he didn't do, you know Michael Irvin did all these things because Michael Irvin told you. So if Michael Irvin would have did something this time, I knew when Michael Irvin like, I ain't did nothing. Like he was in shock, like he wanted to make sure he didn't have CTE. Like he was saying, he was like, you know, we play the game hard and, you know, people get CTE because he's like, I don't remember nothing like that. Like, I don't remember. What are y'all talking about? He was hurt. He was genuinely hurt because once he knew he didn't do nothing and everybody's treating him like he's guilty, and Marriott, they would have released the video by now. You see, that's the part that people don't seem to understand, that I know right away. We know, see, black folks know. I guess you got to be black to understand, but we know when we can smell bullshit a mile away because we know exactly how them racist people act. If they'd have had Michael Irvin dead to rights, you would have had that, you know, ABC News the day of. You would have had that video out. It'd have been on TMZ. It'd have been everywhere. And they have the video. So when the people who are claiming this, making these claims, haven't released the video, you know damn well that man didn't do nothing. That video shows exactly what Michael Irvin was saying it was. I didn't need to see that to know that. I knew exactly what that video was going to show. That they were full of it. And now Marriott is doing what? They backtracking. See, AT? Marriott ain't stupid. They trying to say, hey, that's the Renaissance, man. They rented us for the name. That's their business. Don't say us. Don't sue us. No, you suing the wrong people. Why would Marriott do that now? Before they was out there, they told a very cute story about the video. Now they had to put the video out. Now they they suing the wrong people. We want this dismissed because, they rent the name. This ain't got nothing to do with Marriott. Oh, yes, it do. Because your name's on it, you responsible. But don't worry, they suing them too. The people he talking about, they added to the lawsuit too. That's why they said we had to refile. Because they wanted it here in Arizona. No problem. They want to get they good old boy lawyers in there. Dude, if they say Michael Irvin guilty and put the cuffs on him, watch me send it up. I don't care. Arizona getting sent up. If they lock Michael Irvin up over this, after this video up, it's going up. Arizona going up. I don't care where it's at. It's going up. They can have the red boys, whatever, red truck boys, whatever. It's going up. Because Michael Irvin didn't do nothing. And it's time to get people like that manager out of his position. He was right to be pissed off at her for not doing her job. But as a manager, if you pissed at her because she's taking all this time, don't sit there and wait till she come back. You go over there and say, hey, we need you at the bar. It's like, look, you don't get paid to talk to the customers, especially when there's work to do. Get to your job. I shouldn't have to come get you. You could reprimand her at the end of the night. But whatever was so important, when you came and grabbed her, you took her off the floor. Now you and her are both off the floor. So how does that help the bar? I just think the manager didn't like the fact she was talking to a black man. Not just Michael Irvin, a black man. It looked like she was flirting with a black man. And I think he had a problem with that. That's what the video looked like it showed to me. What video y'all saw? See, it's all on video. And even without audio, you can read the body language. You can tell what happened just by looking at it. So we know right away. Oh, you wanted her to go to work so bad, why you take her off the fucking floor? What you snatch her off the floor for? She didn't say, I want to talk to you in the back. You said, I want to talk to you in the back. And then all of a sudden, here's this story that gets cooked up. Why did you not call the police, but call NFL? You called the NFL and ESPN. You called his bosses. You ain't even called the police. Michael Irvin wasn't arrested. They didn't call the cops. They called NFL Network and ESPN. The hotel just jumped to that conclusion right away. Sexual assault is not a police matter. Okay, this dude done lost his mind. She filed a police report. So what do you mean it's not a police matter? It's a sexual assault case. All right, AT. All right, AT, you didn't have enough. All right, you didn't back up. You trying to swing out of the corner and it ain't helping you. It's all over, bro. This man said, oh my God. This man said this is not a police matter. Prove it. Prove it's not a police matter. When someone claims sexual assault, that's a police matter. When has a sexual assault not been a police matter? Can you name a time? That's always a police matter. Jesus Christ. Not a police matter. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Yep. So, I don't know what to say, man. I just think that video, I think he's vindicated off of the video, and now he looks like he's relieved. Before, he was more stressed because he can't see it. So thankful to the courts that, got them to see the video, because, there was no reason for them to hold on to it the way they did. And then there's other angles. They want all the angles. Why come they want to see all the video and want them to release it, and the hotel is reluctant to releasing the evidence that they claim is damning? Now, we broke this whole video down, and I didn't even need the video, but the video showed us who the real culprit is, and it's that manager. He showed us a very interesting party. And it was that damn manager. Straight up. Yep. And that manager guilty as hell. But anyway, man, I got a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett video out on Carcino for Life. Go check that out. I'm going to holler at y'all later. I got to go take care of some business.